Norwegian Holdings and Royal Caribbean Group both came out with major press releases this week talking about vaccine requirements. Let's talk about it. Bob, this is major news.
Yes, it is. It definitely is a game changer in terms of being able to travel.
Definitely. I know we've had a lot of clients in our community waiting for this moment when for the Un-Vaccinated Can Cruise. So this is exciting news. Today, we are going to get into the press releases and also some specific cruises that you can go if you've been waiting for this news to come out. Again, it's not every cruise.
Right. It's not every cruise. It's not every departure. Some departures are by state or city. Some departures are by location, but it is pretty big news, and it's evolving. We'll probably have a whole nother story next week about this, but right now we want to tell you the latest and greatest details that we know and that we have to share with you.
And by the way, it's Tuesday Travel Chat, but we did it on a Friday because so much news was coming out this week. That we wanted to be able to gather it all together because as it evolved even just this week. So let's get into the big one. First of all, Monday, Norwegian comes out.
Yes. Monday, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings announced all their changes to vaccination and testing protocols. For those of you who don't know, Norwegian Cruise Line Holdings is Norwegian Cruise Line as well as Oceania and Regent Cruise Lines. So, what did they do? They said, no limit on unvaccinated guests on most sailings. If you're not vaccinated, come on, you just have to take a test. If you're vaccinated, you show your card. That's it. Now, what does that mean for unvaccinated guests? Number one, it's going to open up cruising to people who have not been able to travel for a number of months, or actually over a year and a half right now. All you're going to have to do is show a negative test that you take within 72 hours prior to departure. Now, it is not one of the home tests. You've got to understand that. It's not one of the free tests you got from the government. It has to be one that is proctored or is monitored by a medical professional. We have a video about it, but you have to have that. You cannot just go up there and say, oh, here's my test. I just stuck this up my nose last night. No, you've got to have a proctored test.
It's the Abbott BinaxNOW test. If you look on our channel, you'll be able to see the instructions, and Bob goes through the entire process. So let's talk about the press release itself, exactly what it says, like all the key lines, just so that you know exactly what we're talking about here.
Okay, essentially, it says that guests in 12 and over no longer have to have any pre-cruise COVID tests, and unvaccinated guests can embark with a negative COVID test taken with 72 hours of departure. If you're under 12, you don't have to show a negative test. You don't have to be tested at all. They're still letting you travel. This goes into effect on September 3rd. Now, there's always caveats. If you're going to Canada, New England, if you're going to Bermuda, and if you're going to Greece, you still must take the pre-cruise test. There's no exemption for that.
Let's talk about that. In the press release, it says requirements may differ for guests traveling on voyages departing from or visiting destinations with specific local regulations, including but not limited to
Canada, Greece, and Bermuda.
So we highlight those three. Again, there may be a few more out there, but these are the major ones you would normally run into on most of the departures.
Just a word, if you're booked on NCL, make sure that your travel advisor has provided your email to NCL. Chances are you're going to hear about some of this stuff a half hour before we do, because they tend to contact the customers first. It's so important that you have a contact email for someone in your group that will get these notifications, and open them. Don't ignore them. You may think you're getting inundated. These are important. It could say you need to test or you don't test, but for the next couple of weeks, you have to follow the established protocols. September 3rd is when this change starts.
So moving on to the next page here. Again, this is just continued with the press
Yes.
release. We don't want to leave anything out.
No.
But basically, they're saying, hey, we're trying to bring
Yes.
more convenience, simpler and easier for loyal
Yes.
guests. Moving to the next
Right.
one.
And Frank, just an update. Frank Del Rio has been very, very influential and very helpful in the Sail Safe program, which most of the cruise lines are following. So he has been the voice with the CDC and other things. So he has really been a very, very strong advocate to get back to normal cruising. Okay, next.
Yeah, let's look at the next. Okay, so it's got some more bullet points here. Yeah, let's just double check. Is there anything that we haven't missed? We've talked about the children, no more tests.
Okay, yeah, the only thing that we haven't talked about is the vaccinated guests must follow the protocols of what's fully vaccinated. That means if you have the shot that requires 2 shots, you need to have both shots, and you have to have them 14 days prior to departure. If it's the 1 shot, which I think is the Johnson & Johnson,
correct, yeah,
then you only need the 1 shot. You're fine. But you have to follow the fully established protocols. 1 shot last April isn't getting you on the cruise. You've got to have at least 2.
Okay. And then moving on, again, it's the unvaccinated 12 and older, or those who cannot or decline to prove vaccination will need to present the negative test. We've talked about this. No more than 72 hours prior.
72 hours prior, and that does not include a day of sailing. So if you're sailing on Sunday, you can take the test Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And just one other little bit of advice. A lot of insurance companies are pulling back from covering COVID tests for travel. So that means if you go to a clinic or if you go to a doctor who gives the test, you could end up paying $180, and that will not be covered by insurance. That's why we suggest this EMED protocol that you can do anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week from home for about $35 a kit is worth doing. That's just one thing. Check with your insurance if you're going to have to do the test and make sure it's covered. Okay, ready to go on?
Yeah, we've already talked about what fully vaccinated is.
Yes.
So let's talk about the specials.
Okay, here we have a couple of specials for you. We pulled up somewhere. Unvaccinated guests can travel. Vaccinated guests can travel. Everyone can travel because of the location you're going to. This is a 7-day cruise on the Norwegian Escape next February out of Orlando. For me, it's very convenient, 45 minutes. Balcony cabin is $943 plus taxes. And the balcony, we usually talk, when I price things, we talk balcony. I don't go in with a loss leader. I go in with what most people travel with. So balcony $943 plus you get $100 per cabin onboard credit from Go Travel. And prices are similar for that for a lot of their sailings out of Port Canaveral. This one's going to their private island, Great Stirrup Cay. Puerto Plata, which is becoming a hot destination in the Dominican Republic for a lot of cruise lines, St. Thomas, and Tortola, which is the British Virgin Islands. It's what St. Thomas was 70 years ago. Very sleepy, quiet, yachtsman-like. So it's a beautiful change and a nice way just to go and relax.
And this is nice because, again, there's no ports here where there's a problem.
No, none of them have a problem. None of them have a problem. You can just go and enjoy yourself.
Okay.
We have another one.
Let's see.
The brand new Norwegian Prima just hit the water. It is sailing over. It's going to be inaugurated in Europe in October. Then it's coming over, and we are going to get it in Port Canaveral for 5 months. So this is a great deal if you're looking to go on a pre-Christmas escape. This ship is getting great press, great buzz. It's probably the ship that I'm hearing most about in about 10 or 11 years since a competition had a big ship. But this ship is really going to be a game changer. $14.29 for a balcony plus taxes, which for a pre-Christmas cruise, a great deal. Plus our famous $100 onboard credit. Go Travel's $100 onboard credit for you. We're really looking forward to seeing the Prima out of Port Canaveral. It is going to be sailing out of Canaveral for about 5 months from December to April.
And by the way, if you don't have a travel advisor, visit us at gotravel.com and we can connect you with a specialist to get you in with all these deals. Yeah. Let's see the next one.
Looking forward to this ship very much.
Well, that covers Norwegian.
Yes. Let's go to Royal Caribbean and Celebrity, shall we?
So, okay, just quickly, this week, Monday came out Norwegian.
Yes.
Then Royal Caribbean, I believe it was yesterday.
No, it was Wednesday.
Wednesday, Royal came out.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. The cruise lines keep following.
Yes.
Tell us what's going on with Royal.
Royal did not do an omnibus change. So they've only gone at this point to selected departures. Anything out of the West Coast, anything out of the Gulf Coast, from New Orleans west to Galveston, and Europe.
We'll talk about why in a second, but first let's just read from USA Today, because there was an official press release from Royal. They just made some announcements over email. I really liked what USA Today put together, but basically it says Royal Caribbean International and Celebrity Cruises, which are sister companies, are dropping their vaccination requirements for select sailings next month. The cruise line said Royal Caribbean will welcome all travelers regardless of vaccination status on sailings from Los Angeles, New Orleans,
Galveston, and Europe.
And
with the exception of sailings from Athens.
Beginning September 5th. That's the big one. So, Bob, what is the reason for this? It's kind of odd. You know, Royal is right here in Florida. Why is Florida just completely left out?
Well, I'm hearing from my local sources.
Yes, some sources.
And some sources that the reason that Royal Caribbean has not changed for the Eastern Caribbean, because almost all of their sailings from Florida go to the Bahamas. And at this point, Bahamas has not agreed to allow more than X% of unvaccinated passengers off the ship. For example, if you're going out of Galveston and you're not vaccinated in Grand Cayman, you can't go to Grand Cayman. You have to stay on the ship. You have to show your vaccination card to get off in Grand Cayman. They are working with the Bahamian government right now to try to get this resolved, especially because of their private island. And Nassau is a very big port for both Royal and Celebrity. Big financial impact on the islands if they, for some reason, can't go because of the vaccination, unvaccinated rule. So they're working closely with them to see what they can get solved.
Yeah. So I think this, as Bob said, this is evolving. I think we're going to see changes over time here, but take our wins. I mean, hey, if you've been waiting, you're ready to go. Go to Galveston, go to New Orleans, get on that Royal ship.
Yes.
And again, or there's Norwegian, there's other options. It's just some of those ports are going to be the limit.
Now, just remember though, that you can apply for an exemption if you're not vaccinated to sail from Florida. It just takes quite a while to get the exemption approved.
Okay. So let's keep going. Wait, go back, one more here.
Sorry. My finger's fast.
Oh, yes, I know. It says here, Royal Caribbean currently requires guests 12 and older to show proof of vaccination in order. So kids
11 and under, no requirements
for Royal and Celebrity.
For Royal and Celebrity on these destinations.
On these specific
East Coast still has the requirements of doing the pre-COVID test before you sail for everybody, not just unvaccinated guests.
All right. So let's move and let's show some specials.
Okay, some specials. This is the Allure of the Seas. Now we're looking at Galveston. Galveston is becoming a big port. They just built a brand new gorgeous cruise terminal that just opened, I think, last week. So this is appropriate. This is the Allure of the Seas. For those of you from the Orlando area, the ship sailed out of Port Canaveral for quite a while. But January 15th, we have a $730 balcony, includes the port fee, so $730 a person, and a $50 onboard credit compared to $963 from Royal Caribbean. And these are prices that I took right from Royal Caribbean's website today, so they're fresh off the press. And what's nice about the Allure of the Seas, it does a nice part. It goes to Roatan, Honduras. It does 2 stops in Mexico, Costa Maya, which if you've not been there, it's a great little resort, but you have to go one town down to get a massage on the beach for $20 for 2 hours. It's hedonistic. It's wonderful. And then back to Galveston.
Well, and again, if you're unvaxxed, this is a cruise that you can go. So everything we're featuring today, if you've been waiting, this is somewhere where you can go. And
this is not stopping at Grand Cayman, so you can get off in all the ports.
Excellent.
Okay. The next one is one I kind of like. It's the Radiance of the Seas for a 10-night cruise. going down to Cartagena, Colombia, Cologne, Panama, ports in Mexico and Honduras for 10 nights, and Royal Caribbean's price over $400 more. So it was about $1,283 without any shipboard credit on a non-refundable. But if you're out in the Midwest, this is a great cruise getting down to Cartagena, which is becoming a heck of a destination. It's a beautiful city, a beautiful port of call. Cologne, Panama is wonderful. It's on the west coast of Panama. It's at the main locks to get into the Panama Canal on the Caribbean side of there. Fascinating city, a beautiful destination, plus Cozumel and Galveston.
This is February 27th?
February 27th.
Out of Galveston with a $400 difference.
And we have other sailings. It's not just these that we have special pricing on. We have them on a lot of the sailings. So if you're looking for springtime, call us. We can save you money. We can get you away from any penalties. If you have to cancel before final payment, give us a call and we can enhance your cruise.
And also, if you have future cruise credits.
Yes, future cruise credits we can use. We can take them from anybody. Tell you what I'm going to do. I got a deal here for your cruise credits.
Okay.
Let's move ahead.
Okay. We talked about Norwegian. We talked about Royal Family, but one that was actually the first to really mention anything, but it's such a new brand. There wasn't very much hurrah about it. But Virgin, they were the first to make an announcement about Un-Vaxxed guests.
Yes. Virgin Voyages. They are not a cruise line. They sell Voyages. You have to look at our video that we did the other day, our YouTube presentation about it. But in July, they changed it so that up to 10% of people can be unvaccinated. They will do the test for the unvaccinated guests at the pier for $30. So you don't have to run around to try to find a doctor or a kit or anything else, but you can pay there at the pier for $30, which is a great deal. We will know immediately if you're approved because we put in a thing, are you vaccinated or unvaccinated? Unvaccinated, it comes up and says, I'm sorry, sailing is full of unvaccinated. We know immediately there's no putting in special paperwork.
There's no special paperwork. There's no guessing.
No guessing. It's there. And just a little ad for Virgin Voyages. This is a cruise line that it's adult only. You had to be 18 to travel. 20 restaurants that are all included. I'm giving a little biopic on it, but we were very impressed. We had a presentation the other day. We had an in-house presentation yesterday, and I am really amazed. And I'm a big ship cruiser, but I'm looking forward to sailing on this.
Definitely something different. And again, no specialty restaurants. They're all specialty restaurants.
And even one person here at Go Travel who's not vaccinated, my niece who works for us, she is so excited because she's going on it because she didn't have to be vaccinated. So she is like, that's her big thing. So
it's really cool that we have this new brand. Mm-hmm. So there's a third option for you. Again, so far we've talked about Norwegian cruise lines, Oceania, and Regent. We didn't highlight specials, but we definitely have departures there for you.
Oh gosh, yes.
We don't. There's only so much time in the day when we're going over all this news. But Norwegian, Oceania, Regent, Royal Caribbean, Celebrity, and now Virgin.
Yes, and Silversea. Don't forget, Silversea's part of Celebrity.
They didn't mention it in the press release, so I wasn't sure.
John was here yesterday, but
okay, so we do have confirmation on that. Okay, so Silversea as well. So all these brands that a week ago, this was not there. Only Virgin was there. So lots open. If you've been waiting. This is the big moment. So, okay, on top of that, we've got a special for Virgin. Let's just quickly take a look. It's our Bachelorette Cruise Special. We talked about it before.
And we have our Bachelorette expert here. Yes. I've heard about the Bachelorette more than I ever thought I'd hear about anything again, but we have a special in addition to whatever else is being offered from Virgin. We have another $100 sailor loot per cabin for you.
Exclusive from Go Travel. Gift to you.
Yeah. We just started selling the heck out of Virgin. I think we've had 30 bookings in the last week on Virgin.
A lot in Europe.
Yes, a lot of Europe, a lot and some Caribbean. But we're focusing on one special right now, the Valiant Lady. It is sailing out of Miami, but it's going down to Puerto Plata. As again, I talked about the Dominican Republic being a great destination. It's going to San Juan. It's going to St. Croix. A lot of ships don't go to St. Croix anymore. St. Croix is basically an island about 40 miles from St. Thomas. It used to be where they transshipped a lot of oil. They stopped that. The island's been cleaned up. So it's very, very much of a natural habitat. It's a beautiful little island that most people never see.
And Bob, look at the times on that.
Yes.
The times, 10
Yes.
o'clock, you're leaving at 12 a.m. from San Juan. That
Yes.
means you can party the night away.
Yes, you can. There's clubs right there in Old San Juan. You're right there. We've all been to Old San Juan a couple of years ago.
You can have your margaritas, all your cocktails, everything, and you can actually party like a local in town. The beach club at Bimini, which is awesome. You can have some good evening time.
Yes.
So this is also something that's different with Virgin.
The good thing about Virgin, 20 restaurants, all included. Vegan option to a steak option. The Wake is the steak restaurant that I've already made my reservations for.
And that's where all the bachelorettes,
all the bachelorettes yes.
Yep.
And what we have, it's really going to sound strange, but our price for a balcony is cheaper than the inside cabin.
Awesome.
So we're about $3,400
per cabin.
$3,400 per cabin. Wow, that's a lot of money. No. It includes your gratuities. It includes
Wi-Fi.
all the restaurants. It includes Wi-Fi. It includes all your basic non-alcoholic drinks. You can get a bar tab. You can get a bar tab, which if you pay $300 for the bar tab, which can be shared among two people, we're giving you another $50 towards the bar tab.
It's awesome.
It's
and
awesome.
Then the $100 sailor loot.
Yes.
It's not just for January 28th.
No, it's for everything.
It's for Valiant Lady, Scarlet Lady, for any departure between August 5th, 22, and which has already passed, all the way through March 31st, 2023.
Yes.
So if you're ready to go now.
Yes. The Caribbean.
Okay. We've talked about those three.
Yes.
Big groups. Let's just do a quick look at next the testing requirements.
Yes.
There's again, USA Today did a great little summary because we're about to wrap up here. But here we'll have a little summary of what's going on with other cruise brands that we haven't been talking about.
Just one thing before we get into that. The
Go
testing
ahead.
requirements are the same. It has to be a proctored test or one done by a lab. It is not the home kit test. I can't say that enough. I can't tell you how many people ask.
Yeah, it's done the home proctored.
Yes. The home proctor.
Not the at-home test, which the at-home test that's not proctored is more for the purposes of, oh, should I go over to my cousin's 50th birthday party this weekend? I want to know if I have COVID or not. You take the home test, but no one sees it. It doesn't get reported anywhere. That's what the home test is. The proctored home test, which is also taken at home, is officially proctored with somebody. So know that distinction. One is just for your peace of mind. The other test is so that you have official documentation so that you can access places.
This gets you places. That test gets you, this test that you have to take the proctor one gets you places.
And I believe, and the free Biden test, that was just an at-home.
That was an at-home one.
It was not proctored. Okay.
It's 195-160. I know the number you need on Binax.
Okay, let's do the quick summary here. So Carnival,
they're still requiring testing for 6 days and longer on the test for all passengers 2 years and older.
Then we've already discussed Norwegian. Here, MSC requires tests for fully vaccinated passengers.
Yes.
Sailing on trips 6 nights or longer.
Yes. So that's the proctor test you need to keep taking. So
and for all unvaccinated
and all
passengers
unvaccinated
aged 2 and older.
Everyone has to take tests, vaccinated or unvaccinated, 2 or older. Princess Cruise Lines, vaccinated 5 years older or PCR test within 3 days. There's things that are constantly changing, but you will need to do the PCR test if you're not vaccinated or fully vaccinated. And again, check the cruise line, ask your travel advisor, what are the protocols for my cruise? And Holland America is essentially
all guests 12 and up must be vaccinated. Straight up.
Yeah, they have not done any change. Ask your travel advisor. We will get you the right information. They will get you the right information. We know where to find it on the website, and we get you the latest. But again, make sure you have your email registered with whoever you're booked with.
Yep. And again, visit us at gotravel.com if you have any questions or if you want to get connected with a specialist. Some exciting Tuesday travel chats coming up in the next few weeks, especially on Tuesdays, not always on Fridays. But that's it for today. We just wanted to update you on everything going on.
Yes.
And
fun.
Start getting booking. It's time to cruise.
Time to go cruising now, folks.